It was a 21 crore plus IPO. Tarun made some of us sell our shares, not in a forced way, but like in a kind, gentle way. And the hack was Tarun wanted to stay majority owner. Proper, like Indian, North Indian Banya founder. Like, yeah, I want to be the owner. 51%.
The IPO is never an exit for the founders. It's a trust vote from the public, and you have to build on that.
So now I know you've taken advantage of this being public in many ways. But if you go back to 17, I know we are also culprits. We kept pushing you to become the role model for the SMB IPO because you were probably the only company other than maybe Exotel in the entire portfolio who fit the requirement.
Yes.
Right.
You were profitable for 2 to 3 years. Right. There was no other company, not leave alone our portfolio and a lot of the Indian venture ecosystem, which should have qualified, right? At that point, I mean, behind our backs, what were you saying? Why are these Blume guys doing this to us? Or like, why are they pushing us?
No, not really. So for us, it was like, okay, let's do a small Series A round.
Yeah, but which wasn't happening, right? That's why we went this path.
Basically, like we treated it as an alternative to a Series A round.
Correct.
So I think long after that, I think many investors told me that like people are threatening us that, okay, we are going to do a SME IPO rather than take their round.
Yeah.
So I think we set that trend.
That's awesome. Srishti, you were saying something.
I was saying that even the merchant banker, he was like, it was his first IPO. Obviously, it was our first. And then we started in November. And we did the IPO in May.
That's right.
The whole lot of endless amount of documentation was required. And
mostly I would have given up.
At one point, Tarun said let's not do it. It's too hard.
I think he said it every week, as far as I recall. He's like, that's why I said it was a very reluctant IPO CEO. And then from your lenses, what changed? Like as a CFO, of course you were reporting to us, but there was no other investor on the cap table. Now you're a public company CEO, for what it's worth.
See, for SME IPO, not much.
It's more liberal.
It's
6 months
liberal.
reporting.
6 months numbers reporting and not much pressure from the quarterly pressure is not there.
Yeah.
But once you move to the main board, which we did in 2022, quarter on quarter pressure of the numbers, endless investor calls, quarter on quarter, why has your revenue not increased it? You said that in the earnings call, what happened? So that pressure has always been there.
And that's continued even today.
That's continued even today.
Yeah,
yes.
I know. I get calls. Even though Blume's not an investor. I said, I'm not in the picture. Why are you asking me? But even I get calls on E2E's help. But tell me, crazy interesting IPO. If I recall, what was it?
70 times it was over.
Yeah, but was the issue was about?
Issue was 21.99.
Yeah.
That included our secondary?
That included the secondary. I think the primary capital post the issue expenses.
So I'm going to reveal some secrets to the audience today.
We got was I think 14 crores.
14 CR we got in the bank account.
Firstly, it was a 21 crore plus IPO. Tarun made some of us sell our shares, not in a forced way, but like in a kind, gentle way. And the hack was Tarun wanted to stay majority owner. Proper like Indian, North Indian Banya founder. Like, yeah, I want to be the owner. 51%. So he basically said he did the math and said, if you sell this much, I can continue to be the owner.
1/3.
But I think the bankers obviously went fairly aggressive on the pricing, which upset you. It upsets all founders, saying, why is it so aggressive? I could have left a lot more money on the table.
Right.
And that's how I think it felt, right?
Exactly.
What is the indicator for that? You were saying it, Srishti, but I cut you. How much were you oversubscribed by?
We were oversubscribed by 70 times.
70 times. So 70 into that 21, we're talking about 1,500 crores of demand for that 21 crores. And of course, we can't get a benefit of that. And the guys who got allocated made out like bandits. How much did the stock run up on?
It was, the IPO price was 57. I think it went up to 85 on the first day.
On the first day. Massive pop. And I got innumerable calls for the next month or two. How do we take a company's SMB IPO? I said, most of them won't qualify. They either don't make money or the SMB market is so harsh that it won't value your fancy valuations.
Right.
Off the bat, this is a non-starter for most companies, which most people couldn't make a sense of. And the people who want to take the lessons did, right? Like Infolian later took a leaf out of your page, another fund one company.
Yes.
And I think Gaurav said, I want to learn, and came and became a board member.
Right.
Learned, and then he took it SMB IPO 4-5 years later. But then, as you said, did it change the company's culture in terms of saying, oh, we're flush with money? Or was it just the setback from the customer that who went away?
I think both things went hand in hand. Like, we were like spending a lot more money than we were used to. So there was like, I think, like some letting go of like, okay, now we can do this, now we can do that. And the second part is then we got hit with like revenue loss, and we were like, yeah, this will make it up. But then eventually it became like a very slow process.
So the frugality runs in our DNA. So till date, I've never traveled business class. I can't get myself to pay 3 times the amount of money.
I sometimes cheaply get the free upgrades because sometimes the airline gives you coupons, but like, that's about it.
It shows in the culture of the firm. And what advice would you have from that experience on younger founders who think, well, first, like you, are wary of going public, and B, do you think it's a better mechanism sometimes than chasing private money from your experience?
I think like, okay, so I would say that like there is a clean path of going public and kind of like doing everything clinically and cleanly. I think that is a recommended path. Like, don't fall into the trap of making people happy. So whether they're happy or unhappy, like ultimately it is the founder or the entrepreneur who has to run the business for what is best for the business, not for the optics. So I think that's the main advice I have for people wanting to go public, that like don't play optics, work on your business as if you were private.
I would like to add on.
Yes, of course, please.
So the IPO is never an exit for the founders.
Yeah, just a continuation of the journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a trust vote from the public, and you have to build on that.
Absolutely. Well said. And I know Srishti has accumulated and espoused a lot more wisdom than Tarun has. We have a book to show for it, which I'll come to. But now if you take a step back and look at, so I can speak for myself, and people would always wonder, when most of my friends who have now bought are E2E shareholders, and I recommended it, they always say, why did you sell? And I can speak for myself, and I'm curious to know what your team and your organization thought of how the trajectory was. For 5 years, the stock really didn't move much. Right. You went public in 2018. We got super excited from the first few weeks. Then it just settled down. Your performance being reported every 6 months.
Right.
Nobody knows what to make of this company. Right. And the stock's just flat, right? And approximately. And then we had two pressures. I think the fact that it was flat, we said, it's not like we were not in touch with Tarun. Tarun would say, I can't say much. I'm now a public company.
Right.
so it's like, what just happened here? All our conversations have become like, very official. But apart from that, we always believed in whatever you spelt out as a vision, buying into the GPU story, which obviously reshaped the company. So you have to talk about that, which is partly why you got this seat today, by the way. You're like a hot AI company now. So, and while we went through that phase, I think we just got worn out. Like if we had not been on cap table, we wouldn't have. But like then the regulator was putting pressure on us to get the fund closed. Right. And so the first time your stock popped and grew 3, 4, 5x, we said maybe the moment has come. And we were drip selling, and then Tarun would say, "What can I do? Like the market's not able to absorb 5-7% of the company that you own." So when it happened, we sold, and that was one of the biggest upside misses of Blume's history, and maybe it'll stay that way for the next 15 years. Because basically, I think we sold at somewhere close to 250 crore market cap, and you have most of it, and you went to 9,000 at one point, and now I think you're settled somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000. What happened? I don't think you expected it. I don't think we expected it.
Nobody expected it.
So first, take that in two parts. Both of you can speak from both your perspectives.
Sure.
What did you change between 19 and 21 that this happened? I know you alluded to GPUs, etc. Was the dramatic liftoff from Sam Altman's announcement or unveiling OpenAI?
I think that was the second inflection point. Okay. The first inflection point was COVID, of course.
So For my personal part, I do not check the stock price daily. I check it like once or twice a week.
Yeah.
So like we keep on getting calls like price is increasing.
Yeah,
like
but
what has happened?
Yeah, you're
So
still
we always
answerable as
say
CFO at that point at least.
The standard answer, we can't talk about it.
Okay.
We have nothing to say on that.
Okay.
But that was like really, really overwhelming and surreal at the same time.
Yeah.
That it went to 5,200, 5,300.
Yeah.
And it was like what just happened?
Yeah. No, in fact, it is funny because I think Tarun's on that chat. We still have a Blume Fund 1 chat. And I had said something like, someday soon when your stock was going up, that Tarun will become our first publicly listed billion-dollar company.
Yes.
And it just didn't stop. It went all the way and shot past the mark. I said, it's already here. No, but I'm thinking also at a personal level, I know you guys don't go to work every day and say how much wealth have we created, etc. But how did this change employee morale and people's, self-worth or for all those years of hard work? Did they feel like their destiny was also avenged? And that
exactly.
Yeah.
So for the ESOPs, it's a different ballgame altogether.
Yeah.
If you are listed, like people in our company, they have made upwards of, if I can say that number, upwards of
multiple millionaires and multimillionaires.
Fantastic.
And,
no, it's a very fulfilling feeling to see that happen.
Helped us attract talent, retain talent. The ESOP part, it has been wonderful for the people.
The views and opinions expressed in this content are for informational purposes only and do not constitute investment, legal, tax, or accounting advice, nor an offer or solicitation to buy or sell securities. References to companies, transactions, or market events are illustrative only and should not be construed as endorsements or statements of value. Any views expressed by individuals are solely their own and do not represent those of Blume Ventures, its affiliates, partners, or employees. Past performance is not indicative of future results.